to limiting guaranteed protected freedoms of Canadians, I would like to read a section of the preamble of the Emergencies Act. Whereas the safety and security of the individual, the protection of the values of the body politic, and the preservation of the sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity of the state are fundamental obligations of this government. And whereas the fulfillment of those obligations in Canada may be seriously threatened by a national emergency, and in order to ensure safety and security during such an emergency, the Governor and Council should be authorized, subject to the supervision of Parliament, to take special temporary measures that may not be appropriate in normal times. The Freedom Convoy was not preventing the government from executing the business of governing. I would argue that the convoy's protest, as locally disruptive and illegal as it was, does not meet the threshold for a national emergency as defined in the Act. Further, anyone who thinks that the MOU declaration of overtaking the governing of the country using the powers of the Governor-General, the Senate, and a cabal of protesters, and using this as their definition of sedition, is reaching pretty far down a rabbit hole of make-believe. Given what has transpired in the last couple of weeks, I do not believe that invoking the Emergencies Act was warranted. The Ottawa demonstration was disruptive to many. Demonstration and protest, in their very nature, are disruptive, and I have seen hundreds during my time here in the Senate. Some involve one person quietly holding a sign, and some have involved thousands and are loud. All legal protests are protected and are an important function of our system of government. All levels of government have laws and tools available to them. None were used effectively, and the Emergencies Act was specifically not designed for the inaction of governments or police forces abdicating their respective responsibility, yet that is exactly why the Act was invoked. And none have explained why they chose to not undertake the avenues available to them. Multiple police forces, a number of federal and provincial agencies, and all levels of government knew this was on its way weeks before it started its journey in British Columbia. We all watched its progress and growth as it made its way east and west towards Ottawa. The police assisted in setting up traffic control and gave parliamentarians and those working on the Hill notice of an impending demonstration. We received these regularly, and this was no different. Colleagues, I have been shown a list of all Ontarians that have donated to the convoy. There are thousands and thousands from small towns to large cities. I know their names and their addresses and the amounts they gave. I have seen that. If I have seen that, you can be sure that the government has seen it as well. Thousands of ordinary citizens who gave $10 and who gave $500. The government can and perhaps has frozen their bank accounts. They certainly have given themselves the legal right to do that. I don't use cash too much anymore, so when I buy gas for my car or groceries for my family, the funds are simply transferred from my account. But now many Canadians are at risk of having their accounts frozen, so they cannot access the funds to pay for gas, for food, or now their legal bills. Senators, there are bad actors in every crowd, but not everyone in a crowd is a bad actor. Most are citizens that are concerned about the restrictions that government has instituted. I think the government has gone too far and has unfairly targeted law-abiding citizens. When you don't know who the few bad actors are, you freeze every account and unfreeze them one by one when they can prove their innocence. Colleagues, that is backwards law in the most dangerous way, and that is what we have now. In Canada, by most measures, the greatest country in the world. The Emergencies Act was not conceived nor designed to be a safety net for clear failures of multiple jurisdictions, existing laws, or the enforcement of these laws. It is for this reason and the importance of not setting a low-bar precedent for future failures that I cannot support this motion. Thank you.
I saw Senator Gold rise first, Senator Plet, so I'm going to let Senator Gold speak, and then I'll call on you. Senator Gold.
Thank you, Speaker. Colleagues, first I want to thank all honourable senators for the thoughtful contributions that have been made during this important debate. I'm rising on behalf of the Government of Canada to announce in this chamber that the government has revoked the Emergencies Act in accordance with Section 22 of the Act. The appropriate order in Council will be filed in due course. Therefore, honourable senators, I ask for leave of the Senate to end the debate on the motion to confirm the public order emergency proclaimed on February 14, 2022, and revoked earlier today, and to withdraw the order for the consideration of the motion, with the Senate resuming sittings following the rules, orders, and practices that would otherwise be in effect.
Is leave granted, honourable senators? Agreed. Leave is granted. So ordered. Honourable senators, it being after 4:00 p.m. pursuant to order, I declare the Senate adjourned to Thursday, February 24, 2022 at 2 p.m. The Senate so decrees.
My pleasure.